Hey guys, chapter 29. Saturday morning, I was sitting on the front porch, waiting for nothing, with nothing I wanted to do. Rufus sat beside me for a while, hoping I'd be up to something more than misery. But he got tired of waiting and went off on his own, leaving a small sea of spit where he'd been sitting. Just as I was about to take myself back to bed and try starting the day over again, in the afternoon, I saw the big white car come down the road and turn left at the T, and right away, I knew what I had to do. No plans, no least possible pain and humiliation scheming, just plain and straight do the deed. As soon as the white car disappeared down the DeLunas Drive, I picked myself up and headed out through the fields, then around the base of the mountain. I walked through the orchard, eyes fixed forward, not slow and not rushed either, like I was on my way to the final showdown. Yes, there was a bunch of them and only one of me. Yes, they might ambush me and I might not come back in one piece, but I'd take whatever those people needed to dish out because I was going to do the right thing. I stopped just before I stepped onto the land that now belonged to the DeLunas, and took a deep breath as I walked over that invisible boundary line. And there was Claire straight ahead, looking at me, waiting for me. Her mom and little brother were crouched down at the side of the house, planting little bushes. Clump, clump, clump was the only sound my feet were making this time as I walked toward Claire, arms out from my side and palms up, letting her know that I wasn't coming for a fight, even if she had some trouble and torture she needed to visit on me. Claire's mother spotted me and stood, dusted off her hands, and watched as I walked up to Claire. Then all of the world was still except for the two of us. "Claire," I said, making myself look her in the eye, "I'm sorry I scared you in the woods. I'm sorry I was mean to you. I was following you in school so I could apologize. And there I was, babbling again. Should I tell her about Mama and the trees and school and everything? Where would I start if I was going to explain it all? Then Miss W came into my head, and I knew it didn't really matter. "I'm just sorry," I said. "Sometimes on spring days there will be the brightest, warmest sun and the darkest, rainiest clouds sharing the sky. All day long you wonder, will it rain? Will it shine?" And that's what I was thinking then while I was looking at Claire's face. Everything was there, but nothing was happening. One way or the other. But nothing was happening one way or the other. I couldn't hang around any longer to see who would win out, though, because I had something else to do. I turned to Claire's little brother, who had his arm around his mama's leg, and I could see that he was scared of me. He thought I was a monster, just like I'd wanted him to. "I'm sorry I scared you," I said. "I won't ever do it again, I promise." And he just stared at me too. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that his family's mouths were under repair. That was hard to read, sorry. It was too hard waiting for these people to decide what they wanted to tell me something. If they wanted to tell me something. God. And I wasn't quite sure I could stand to hear the words they might want to say anyway. So I turned back toward the orchard and started home. I braced myself for a DeLuna ambush from behind and decided that when Mama and Daddy found me, just holding on to a tiny sliver of life, my last words would be, turn the land into a park, teach Rufus some mouth-related manners, and make sure Lulu gets her treats, please. But I got to the property line without harm or hollering, and by the time I crossed it, I did feel better, like my heart was heavier and lighter at the same time. Oh, that's it.